Hey there everyone, this is Joe in General, your resident reason and evidence enthusiast. It's your weekly Bitcoin price analysis update. It is Thursday the 5th of August 2017. A couple of quick things before we move on. Of course, my new subscribers, welcome to all the newbies that have come on board in the last week. A total now of 6,028, hit over the 6,000 mark. Thank you very much to all those. Thank you for your support. My apologies for no extra videos this week. This is the first one I've done since last week's Bitcoin price analysis. I usually do more than one a week. My apologies, been mega busy this week. I was promising more videos, but just life stuff has gotten in the way. So my apologies. I will be doing another video very soon. Actually, hopefully within the next 24 hours, because I want to do a video on Populus. As you know, I have been an early investor in Populus. I got in the pre-ICO as one of the 1,100 that got in on the pre-ICO before it sold out very quickly. There's been some little, not little, I would say big news about Populus. I want to let you know of that, but I'll do that in a separate video, hopefully coming really soon. I'll do it as soon as humanly possible, may even record it straight after this video. We shall see. I think this video is going to be really quick because the price hasn't gone crazy wild high or crazy wild low. So I think this may be the quickest one I have ever done, but you never know. Quick recap, of course, I'd like to take a look at where we were last week. Of course, the high of 49.80, the low of 29.72. Whole bunch of lines here. We've got the Fibonacci levels drawn in here. We've got this micro trend line. We've got this little downtrend line here, and we've got this longer term trend line as part of a trend channel. But we were just talking about briefly, we had busted up through the 61.8 Fibonacci level that was at about 4,212 roughly, again calculated from this high and this low, and we were coming up close to this micro trend line, and I thought we may touch that and then sort of pull back a little bit, maybe even just back to the 61.8 before going higher, and possibly back down to another Fibonacci level like the 50%, for example. But that's kind of, I thought this micro trend line would be an area of resistance rather than busting through or straight through it to, you know, higher prices. And so this is where the price went. This is where we are right now. Of course, this is the live price. This is the bitcoinwisdom.com website. It is the Bitstamp exchange. Keep that in mind. And of course, it's in US dollars, so convert it to your own currency. So this is where we were with that screen cap just before. So we didn't come quite up to the micro trend line right here. I'll just show you, for those who are watching this video, watching my videos for the very first time, how I got that particular trend line. It's a trend line based on these number of lows right here. So basically, I got the line analysis tool, the line tool, and I clicked on here, and then I tried to line it up with these, and they line up very perfectly, I must say. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels of support right there. This is going back to, this is back like in May of this year. And then it came couple of levels of resistance right here, and then it became, now it's resistance once again here, and then now it's just recently become resistance once again. So I definitely think this line is still in play, but we didn't quite hit it where I thought we would hit it. I thought we would hit it around about, where are we? This is on the 4 hour. I thought we'd hit it here, but we did come back to closer to the 50% line right here, again calculated from this high and this low. But we did eventually touch it, and it was definitely a significant point of resistance. So I'm definitely calling that micro trend line definitely still in play for now. Let's punch in really quick and have a look what happened from there, maybe into the 1 hour. Yeah, let's do that. So that was that point that where we were last week, of course, coming back down to here, around about $4,000 roughly US. We did hover around the 61.8 again. It was a little bit of resistance, but then we did bust through. Now, interestingly, that's 61.8. Love Fibonacci. How good is Fibonacci? This is linear Fibonacci, this particular one. We came back down to the 61.8 level of $4,212.50. And interestingly, do you notice a little pattern right here? I've been talking about this in the last couple of weeks. Looks like we had a shoulder and a head and a shoulder, because we came up to a higher point. We come back down to the 61.8 right here, formed a neckline, came back up, looks like it formed a shoulder, but It doesn't look like it, even though it did pierce below, which would indicate that the Head and Shoulders pattern would play out in its entirety and you would see some lower prices. Looks like we've had a quick price rise back up past the neckline, so I think we could comfortably say that that is not going to play out now. What I want to speculate on, and this is pure speculation, and I think more just it would be pretty cool if it happened. And I'm absolutely not saying it's going to happen at all, so do not take this as any kind of advice. I was just kind of thinking, wouldn't this be kind of cool if the following thing played out? Okay, so here is the this failed Head and Shoulders move. I'm pretty sure it's failed from now, since we've broken back up through this neckline. But wouldn't this be interesting? And again, pure speculation and just more interesting than anything else. If this became a left shoulder, this became the inverted head right here, then we came back down to around about here at 4,344 roughly. That became the peak here. Then we came back down to the 61.8 level, and then we came back up again, and that forms the right shoulder. And then if we break this neckline, we would potentially, if it plays all the way through, plays out in its entirety, we see higher prices from here. So that inverted Head and Shoulders pattern, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So could we go like that, down, down and back up again, and then break that neckline and then shoot right up to the next level, which would be, if this was an inverted Head and Shoulders pattern, you would see a distance or a price rise of almost or pretty much equal distance from this low here and this level here, this head and this shoulder peak right here. So the distance from here to here is, when I did the calculation, it was about $206. So to get the level at which it would go up to, if this inverted Head and Shoulders pattern, which is again is pure speculation, if that does play out, well then you take this level here and then you measure $206 up from here. Now what is $206 up from this level right here of 4,344? Well, that works out to 4,550. Now, where does 4,550 sit within the price? Does that happen to coincide with any key levels? Well, I think you can already tell right now that happens to coincide with, well, what do you know? The 78.6 level of right here, 4,550. So absolutely not saying that that is going to happen. I just thought that was an interesting pattern. How cool would that be if it actually did play out? If this turns out to be an inverted Head and Shoulders, and then we see a quick price rise up to 4,550. Not saying it's going to happen, just thought it might be interesting. But I definitely do think that this micro trend line is still very much in play until it sort of breaks through that, and then it'll probably very likely become a level of support, including the the Fibonacci levels, which are key levels of support and resistance too. But definitely this is still in play. Of course, I think higher prices in the future, but of course we could come back down. Could we come back down to? Well, again, you've got this $4,000 level right here. We could even potentially come back down to this 38.2 Fibonacci level of about $3,750 roughly. And you do have this downtrend line, which I'm still going to say is in play for now until proven otherwise. You could certainly come back down from here, and that wouldn't say you wouldn't say you were in a bear market at all. It'd be, just a pretty natural kind of retracement, but I don't think we're going to get anywhere down here now. That's just my opinion. I do think we are going to see higher prices and bumping up against this micro trend line for a little bit until it breaks, and then eventually to break through the all-time high of 49.80. Where do I think the price is going from there? The higher prices, I've talked about this video a number of times. I'll just get you to look at it. It's entitled 5,000, 7,000, 10,000. Watch that one and that will make a lot of sense to you. And I think I'm going to leave it at that. So I will try and get a populist video done tonight. May not happen. I may do it in the morning. We shall see. So of course, if you want to stay updated with the Bitcoin price, my weekly Bitcoin price analysis, hit that subscribe button, the big red button right there. Really easy to do. And you can stay updated, of course. My other videos, like my ICO watch videos and my shooting videos. I am a sports shooter. I do a monthly competition. You get a point of view camera style video every month, roughly. So I think you might be interested in that too. And plenty more on my channel. That is it, gang. Stay safe, stay informed. Speak soon.